Did Gavin Newsom finally do something right? He just signed a whole bunch of housing legislation, but is it too little too late? And now he's got all these environmentalists pissed at him. Y'all like the video right here. Make sure you follow for more updates and check this one out.
Yeah, the governor says he's very concerned about California's affordability and housing crisis. And he insists new legislation he just signed into law will make a difference.
About time there, Gavin.
With that, Governor Gavin Newsom officially signed a package of bills into law he says will address California's housing crisis.
Today is a big deal. This is the most consequential housing reform that we've seen in modern history. Getting big stuff done.
Too bad you can't believe anything
Newsom
that he says.
The legislation will fast-track housing construction statewide, especially in urban areas. The bills, he says, will specifically reform the California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA. Supporters of CEQA say CEQA is crucial to ensure construction projects can go through an environmental review process. But critics of CEQA, including Newsom, argue CEQA has led to lengthy delays and lawsuits, often holding up major housing projects.
Over and over again, we've fallen prey to litigation as a strategy, as delay as a strategy. And as a consequence of all of that, we have too much demand chasing too little supply. It's not complicated. This is Econ 101.
Legislative Democratic leaders backing Newsom's efforts.
It is so critically important for California to show that we can get things done to make people's lives better and more affordable. And that's what these bills are about.
More housing means more affordable housing. And that's how we keep California equitable, livable, and strong.
But opponents, including several environmental organizations, shared concerns the legislation will do away with key environmental reviews for major construction projects.
We know that when you have environmental review, that's how you can mitigate the harm to communities. That's how we get safety protections, and that's how we get trust in our projects, you know? So without that process, how are our communities going to have a say or a voice in what's happening in their communities?
Other opponents noted Newsom told the legislature if lawmakers failed to pass the housing legislation, then the $321.1 billion state budget Newsom signed Friday, responsible for ensuring the state can pay its bills, employees, and programs, would not take effect at the start of the fiscal year on Tuesday. Republican Roger Nilo arguing Newsom's method to get his legislation to the finish line was an abuse of power.
We have a situation here where the executive branch is telling the legislative branch that if it doesn't pass this trailer bill, that the budget itself will be null and void. And I think just on the basis of separation of powers, this should be rejected.
Newsom's response?
This was too urgent. This was too important to play chance.
So with the bills now signed, the housing legislation and the state budget will officially take effect at the start of the new fiscal year on Tuesday.